"You don't have permission to be in this queue, dear." The statement came as an order laced with contempt. The push that came next was deliberate and forceful. Christine Sharp barely lost her balance, her civilian trail shoes sliding across the gleaming floor tiles. She steadied herself by grabbing the steel handrail. Her tray remained secure in her hands. Towering above her stood a muscular figure dressed in marine camouflage. This was Sergeant Vance, somewhere in his mid-20s, sporting a military-style crew cut, accompanied by two corporals who chuckled mockingly. "This dining facility serves Marines," Vance announced at a volume meant to be heard by everyone. "It's not for military spouses, not for wandering civilians, and certainly not for someone who appears to have taken a wrong turn from a shopping center." Christine's outfit consisted of a bright blue athletic shirt, her blonde hair pulled back. Her face showed no cosmetics, just the redness from physical activity and the composed, steely gaze of someone who had witnessed things beyond Sergeant Vance's comprehension. "Pardon me, Sergeant. I'm waiting in the meal line. The posted notice indicates everyone is welcome before 1,300 hours. The current time is 12:45. Vance released a bitter laugh. "Look here, miss, your husband's identity means nothing to me. Couldn't care less. This queue is reserved for the work detail returning from the firing range. You'll need to wait until Marines have been served. Move away." He attempted another shove. Christine held her ground. She remained motionless. "I recommend you reconsider your conduct, Sergeant. You're creating a disturbance and contradicting the very discipline you purport to uphold." Vance's complexion turned crimson. He bent forward. "My conduct is perfectly fine. What bothers me is civilians who think they run things because they wed someone in the military. Now step back or military police will remove you." The dining hall became silent. Marines seated at surrounding tables stopped eating and observed. They noted the size difference and the unfairness of the situation. Yet they also noticed the rank insignia on Vance's uniform. Therefore they observed and anticipated her surrender. She did nothing of the sort. "You're obstructing the queue, Sergeant," she stated. Vance seized a tray and thrust it toward her torso. "Leave. This space is for combat personnel." The term resonated powerfully.
Combat personnel.
Momentarily, Christine found herself transported away from North Carolina. Her mind was in a sandy compound in Ramadi, observing a young corporal clutching a bandage, his fingers wet and trembling. She recalled grabbing the communications device, requesting emergency medical evacuation while exchanging gunfire, her tone controlled enough to settle the soldiers nearby. Christine refocused, the dining hall returning to view. "I intend to obtain my meal, and you're going to move aside. Should you make physical contact with me again, Sergeant, there will be serious repercussions." "Are you threatening me?" "I'm giving you my word, Sergeant. The two are not the same." At a nearby table 20 feet distant, Lance Corporal Diaz sat motionless. He had encountered her previously, not face-to-face, in the orientation briefing presentation. His eyes grew wide. He released his hamburger. "Good grief," he muttered quietly. His companion Jenkins tapped him. "What's wrong?" "Notice her wrist. The dark metal band." Diaz jumped from his seat and rushed toward the doorway. He called the duty officer on watch. "Sergeant, Lance Corporal Diaz speaking. You must get the Sergeant Major to the dining facility immediately. Sergeant Vance is physically preventing a woman from accessing the food line." He pushed her. "And, if she's a family member, the military police can deal with it." "She's not a family member, Sergeant. I believe it's General Sharp. Christine Sharp, the incoming deputy commander. She's wearing civilian clothes. Vance assumes she's a spouse." The noise of a chair being shoved violently. "Are you certain?" "I'm observing through the glass. She's standing at attention." Vance is jabbing her shoulder. Inside, Vance hadn't relented. "I'm through with requests. Remove this civilian." One corporal reluctantly moved forward. "Ma'am, just leave please." Christine regarded him. "Don't make contact with me, Corporal. You're obeying an illegal command. Back off." Vance extended his hand, seizing her bicep. The response was immediate. Christine executed a compact, accurate turn, using his hold against his own thumb. Vance cried out, his grasp releasing. He staggered backward. "You attacked me. I freed myself from your grasp. You made initial physical contact. I countered it. I strongly suggest you cease speaking, Sergeant. You're going to be taken into custody." The entrance doors flew open. Into the main doorway marched a group of Marines. Leading them was a lieutenant colonel, his expression showing panic and rage. Beside him stood a sergeant major, his face displaying a scowl. They advanced, a force moving through the space.
Colonel.
Vance called out, standing at attention. "Sir, this civilian attacked me just now." The lieutenant colonel proceeded directly past him. The sergeant major halted mere inches from Vance's face. "Be quiet, Sergeant." The lieutenant colonel positioned himself 3 feet before Christine and delivered a salute so crisp it seemed to quiver. The sergeant major rendered a salute. The officers following them saluted. The complete room descended into shocked quiet. "Good afternoon, General," the lieutenant colonel announced. "My deepest regrets for the wait." Christine reciprocated the salute. "I wasn't performing an evaluation, Colonel. I was trying to obtain lunch following a 10-mile march with gear. Nevertheless, it appears my being here was offensive to some members of your non-commissioned officer staff." She faced Vance. "Brigadier General Christine Sharp, taking control of the facility as of 0800 hours tomorrow. However, today, I'm simply a Marine attempting to have a meal." Vance had gone ashen. "General," he breathed. "Sergeant Vance, you informed me this dining hall was for combat personnel. I was unaware. That's irrelevant, Sergeant. It's immaterial whether I held the rank of general, private, spouse, or civilian employee. You treated another person with disdain because you believed you possessed the authority to do so. You wielded your rank as a weapon. You mistook intimidation for command." She indicated the space. "Observe these Marines. They're watching your actions. They're absorbing lessons from you. What lesson did you impart today? Did you demonstrate honor, bravery, or did you demonstrate that those with power should exploit those without?" Vance looked downward. "Make eye contact with me," Christine commanded. "There was an incident in Sanjin. I held the rank of captain. We had one corporal who behaved exactly like you. He considered himself invaluable to the Corps. During combat, that corporal became paralyzed. His subordinates, those he had mistreated, extracted him from danger. They rescued him because they embodied Marine values." She moved nearer. "You're displaying the eagle, globe, and anchor insignia. Don't disgrace it through your pride. A uniform alone doesn't create a warrior, Sergeant. Integrity does. And presently, your integrity is lacking." She addressed the sergeant major. "Please make certain Sergeant Vance undergoes additional instruction on our fundamental principles. I think he has excess energy. Perhaps he could help the kitchen staff. The cookware in the washing area needs intensive cleaning." "Absolutely, General." Vance ran away. Eager to flee the countless watching eyes, Christine addressed the colonel. "I apologize for interrupting your meal." "Not whatsoever, General. Would you care to join our table?" Christine glanced at the salad station. "I appreciate it, Colonel, but I'll simply get my salad and sit among the enlisted personnel. I found the lance corporals typically have better insight into actual operations. Also, I believe someone in this room had the bravery to place that call. That's precisely the kind of proactive thinking I value." She proceeded to the salad station. Those in line moved aside. "You go ahead, General," a private offered. Christine declined. "No, Marine. You arrived before me. Those in command eat after everyone else." Sergeant Vance served 3 weeks in the kitchen. He cleaned cookware until his skin was chapped. The experience was humiliating, exhausting, and precisely what was necessary. One day, General Sharp came back wearing her uniform. She proceeded through the food line. Vance was serving potatoes. He noticed her and tensed, the cockiness absent from his demeanor. "Good afternoon, Sergeant Vance." "Good afternoon, General. How's the kitchen work?" It's educational, General. Excellent. The finest leaders serve others. If you cannot serve the troops, you cannot guide them. Has that become clear to you? Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Without question. Christine acknowledged him with a nod. She retrieved a challenge coin, worn, bearing her former unit symbol. She set it on the counter. Retain this, not as an accolade but as a memorial. Whenever you sense that pride rising, handle this coin. Recall how it felt to clean this cookware. Remember that you're no superior to the Marine before you. Vance collected the coin, his thumb tracing the textured surface. For the first occasion in his service, he experienced neither dread nor bitterness. He experienced appreciation. He regarded the following Marine in line, an anxious private. Potatoes or rice, Marine? Potato, Sergeant. Vance grinned, not mockingly. Here you are. Generous gravy. Enjoy your meal. On the opposite side of the space, General Sharp observed. She consumed a portion of her salad, acknowledged with a single nod, and retrieved her notebook. The installation was well managed provided standards were maintained. And standards began with minor details, such as recognizing the person beside you in line.